Listen, with the beautiful waterfall, soothing sounds of nature, with the birds chirping in the distance, maybe an occasional dog barking. Can you guess where I am right now? Maybe a resort? If you guessed a resort, you're right, but not a people resort. This is a resort for your dogs, for pampered pets. Look at Shaq right now. Hi, Shaq. Shaq is in a villa at Central Park. I've come down to Franklin to one of the fanciest kennels I've ever been to. This is a villa. He's got a wrought iron bed, a nice, cushy, comfy, cozy place there to sleep. He's got Animal Planet playing in the distance. And look at this, all to simulate a home away from home, my second home. And that's where we've come. I'm Debbie Allen for the News Channel 5 Network. We're going to show you a really cool place down in Franklin. It's Fancy Digs for dogs. I want you to meet Dan Starko. He's the founder, the owner of this place that soon will become a national chain because it's so popular?
Well, it's one of its kind in this area. It's a new concept in the care of your animals while you're away on vacation. We've tried to address all of the issues that are critically important to a person when they drop their pet off, and that's the care and consideration of their pet during their absence. They want to know that the pet's well taken care of.
Oh, so I want to know that you'll love my pet almost as much as I love my pet.
And that's part of our slogan, because we really love them as much as their owners do. So that's first and foremost, is the consideration and care of their pet. Secondly, the sanitation procedures are critically important. We don't have a mop in the building. Everything is done with a wet-dry central vac system that takes away and eliminates all the odor, the bacteria. It takes care of that. The air system.
This doesn't smell like a kennel. As we walk along and look and see all the dogs, this doesn't smell like you would think it would smell.
And each one of the zones in this building has a separate air system that's charged with positive ions that keeps it really nice and fresh and kills the bacteria. So that's all part of keeping it clean and keeping it healthy for the dogs.
And even brothers or sisters or family members can stay together?
Absolutely. We're just in the post-Christmas rush now, and these guys were part of a group of just about 300 dogs and cats that stayed with us over the holidays, and we're just winding down from that.
See a little dance for us. Dan, you've come up with a great solution so a little tiny Yorkie is not sandwiched in between like two Rottweilers.
That's exactly what this is. This is Pups and Petite Suites. Each of these guys has a run that's sized appropriate for them, and it gives them a spot where they can enjoy just little dogs and little toy breeds of their own. So they're not stuck in between, as you said, two big dogs that are barking. It creates a lot of anxiety.
Here's a little something that'll calm those dogs down, little ones and big ones alike. Take a Kong, and this is what they do here. They stuff it with peanut butter, and then they freeze them all, and it takes the dog about an hour and a half to work through that. We can do that at home. Oh, somebody got Lulu for Christmas. You are a sweet baby, yes. You know, you have to be really careful. Of course, right now, I imagine Lulu is an indoor dog, but pretty soon, probably move to be an outdoor dog.
Possibly.
There are a lot of things that we've got to do to take care of our outdoor dogs, and especially in the cold weather. Dr. Paula Schur is the on-call vet here at my second home. You got some good information. Let's start with big dogs and how you take care of them outside.
Some of the big concerns that a lot of times people overlook is the fact that the water bowl will freeze. So let's make sure that that water bowl is being looked at several times throughout the day so that a source of water is always available. Okay. Frozen water bowls obviously have no value.
If we're taking them for a walk, do you have to be careful about their little pads and their little
You really do, especially when we start getting into the time when you have a lot of ice and snow issues. A lot of times they'll actually get little balls of snow and ice build up in between their pads and can be painful. Often ice can be jagged and can actually cut or injure a foot pad.
And last but not least, you've got to really be careful about a certain chemical. What can be deadly for a dog or a cat?
At this time of the year, there's many times when radiators are not adequately filled with antifreeze. Even though they may be dilute antifreeze, antifreeze is fatal. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. You can seek treatment, but treatment often can be a failure unless it's sought after very shortly after there's been exposure. And again, if you're going to have a garage dog, be sure that anything in that garage, again, things like antifreeze, is not where they're going to chew on it, knock it over. Antifreeze is very tasty. It's very sweet, and so they're very drawn to it. And it just takes so little to be poisonous.
Great information. Lulu says, come here. I want to see Aunt Debbie. Come visit Aunt Debbie. What a sweet baby. Who was lucky enough to get you for Christmas? Oh, you're sweet. Yes, you are. Hey, buddy. Hey, buddy. Hey, buddy. Okay, if you won't do it, race it, Dan. Come on. Come on. Preparing to work during the day. There's a fun part of the building. It's called Paw Plays, and it's actually your doggy daycare.
Doggy daycare. It's a great place for somebody to drop their dog off during the day if they're working and they'd like a place for their dog to have fun. We'll have 25 or 30 dogs in this area that are all temperament tested, and they just love to come in and spend the day together. It's a great place.
It's fun. My second home hasn't forgotten about your furry feline friends either. I like this. Sort of cat condos, huh?
Yeah, this is Jungle Cats, and this is where our feline friends come to stay. As you can see here, the nice part about this room is all the air comes in, it's positively charged, and it actually ventilates through each of the individual cat condos across their litter area and directly out to the outside.
Cats can get really stressed.
Well, and that's what we're trying to prevent. This guy here down here doesn't even know that these two are here because of the air coming into the individual condos.
So it cuts down on the territorialism.
They're not sharing the same air, so it's a wonderful place. It's really stress-free for them.
All this pampering's got to come at a cost. Seems like it'd be really high.
Well, no, actually, we start as low as $13.75 for cats. Our premier suites are $22.95 a night, so we're very competitively priced. You can go up to $37.95 in our villas. But the important thing about My Second Home is that regardless of where you stay, you're going to get those 3 or 4 walks a day. You're going to get the same attention and love as you would in any of the zones in this building.
That's fun. Lots of love in the lap of luxury. Opie's going to be wanting to leave home and come here. It's called My Second Home. You can find more information about it in Franklin on our Talk of the Town hotline. I'm Debbie Allen for the News Channel 5 Network. Dan, all the best to you as you open more
Thank you very
treats.
much.